Very excited to start talking creative ways to use drinkware. And here's a spoiler alert. You're going to find out none of my ideas involve using your logo. Why? Because it's not a gift for somebody if you put your brand on it. I'm going to talk about this probably in all 12 months, but I want you to think about this. Giving a gift with your brand on it is just like giving a bride and groom a wedding gift with your name on it. You would never do it. It never makes sense. Why do we, as salespeople and marketers and HR leaders, think our brand all of a sudden means somebody feels special? It doesn't happen. It doesn't work. Promise. So I want to offer you some awesome ideas that are going to be different and they're going to help you resonate. And so today it's all about sales in this video. So I'm going to break it out via prospecting, appointment setting, retention, and then recognition. So recognition for your internal salespeople. And I want to show you some examples and then walk through some word tracks with you. So I want you to think, actually, you know what? Let me start. So because we're talking prospecting, I want to show you one of my favorite top ideas is the chalkboard mug. So right here, you can see I wrote, and that's my best handwriting. I know it's embarrassing. Will you meet? Check yes or no. This is an awesome, awesome concept. If it can arrive in a box that tells more of your story, and you have a little bit of a romance card insert that would look something like this, and you can tell a little bit of a story and then leave it with the will you meet, dangerous, very dangerous. So here's one idea. Another one I want you to see, we've seen these in the past, but we're bringing them back. So this is a magic heat activated mug. So you see this whole brand that says caffeine, right? You see the wording that says caffeine. When you fill this with hot water, it can talk about all the problems you solve, all the challenges your customer faces, all of the pain points and the emotions that matter to them. And again, you can use this to focus on, why do I want to set up a meeting? What can I do with you? What's the first step in the process of a conversation? Not necessarily a meeting. Should be, can I download this to learn more to see if you'd be a good fit for this solution? We can talk more about this, but again, another really neat idea, heat activated mugs. A third concept I want you to think about. You've probably seen something like this in the past. My wife says, easy day, tough day, don't ask, just pour. So you have the ability to have a timeline or a thought progression that goes up the mug or up the cup. And I'm going to show you different ways that we can use this in the sales world to, again, really make a huge impact immediately. That first impression we generate is strong when we're using products like this. And then the fourth one I'll show you is the recognition cup. So it says, raising tiny humans is exhausting. #mom. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through some concepts here. So for prospecting, will you meet with me? Check yes or no. Or the here are some pain points, right, that we talked about, and here are some pain points. Would you like to solve? Would it make sense to solve those? Here's the first step in doing that. Another concept, if you can picture this being all black, it's heat activated when you warm it up, and then it's a picture. So that is awesome because it could be a picture of you and your customer shaking hands, making the deal happen. Or it could be the first year renewal and you have a picture of all the team waving to your to your customer or to your prospect. This could also be a very awesome prospecting tool, talking about how excited the team is to talk more to the prospect and welcome them into the family. So after the appointment is set, okay, here's another set. We can do something like this where it's, please at least drink this much coffee because I want you on my good. I want to be on your good side should the meeting, or as soon as the meeting happens. They're going to laugh. They're going to know you're real. They're going to know you're a human. You get it. And this would be awesome. Also, would you like to have a cup of coffee with me? In our virtual world today, this is a chance for you to ask that question and give them the cup of coffee to use. So then we'll go into retention. So let's talk more about once you landed the customer. So working with you is always a half full experience. So you could send them a cup, potentially with their initials on it. And then your insert is all about working with you is always a half full experience, just showing them how important they are. Another one is Water is to life. So you would use a water bottle. I don't have an example of one of those for you, but water is to life as you are to business. Insert our business, insert you, insert your relationship, insert your happiness, whatever you want. But you could say water is to life as you are to fill in the blank. And then you personalize it with the name, and you can send out a whole bunch of those to your top 10, top 100 dream clients, customers, the whole 9 yards. Another one that you might have seen is thanks a latte. That's another one that's kind of been used already, but you could totally do a thanks a latte with a personalized note on the inside. Then you've got, here's some other ones. You're more than grand, playing off the grande Starbucks movement. Now, here's a couple that are personalized specifically. So I want you to think about, you could put my initials. Let's say I'm your customer. You could put RB as the initials that make this all about me. And on the other side, you could do something like is kind of a big deal and pointing up. You could put Jordan thinks I'm a big deal. And now it's me carrying around. And I want you to imagine with all of these ideas, I'm drinking with a cup that says Jordan thinks I'm a big deal. Guess what happens? Somebody's going to see that and go, hey, Rich, who is Jordan? Which now insert perfect manufactured conversation where I start talking about a good friend named Jordan. Also, best client ever. Again, if I'm drinking from this and this says best client ever, everybody's going to ask me, how'd you get that? Who gave it to you? Tell me more. Because it's interesting. It's not boring like a logo sitting on your mug. Then you've got, I wanted to show this one as another one for recognition. There's the average customer. There's a good customer. Here's the great customer. And then there's you. And again, a very awesome way to progressively put thoughts on the cup that makes somebody feel overly special. And then let's talk recognition. So we've covered a bunch here with the prospecting, the customer side. Let's talk recognition to salespeople. One of my favorites, coffee is for closers. Plays off of that movie, the Glengarry Glen Ross. It's solid. And the person who wins the sales goal of the month gets to drink that cup. And coffee is only for closers. Can you imagine how the salesperson would feel? And they could drink it during their Zoom meetings, and it's going to generate conversations that lead to the sales rep feeling super important. Sales MVP is another example of, again, a tool where you can initial or abbreviate on one side. So it's all about them. And on the other side, sales MVP, closer, sales monster. Like I see a whole bunch of different uses there of different names for the sales champion. So I hope you found this to be helpful. My goal is loading you chock full of ideas to show you Drinkware doesn't have to be a logo. It doesn't have to be a boring brand, but you can use it to further your conversation, advance pipelines, resonate with salespeople, or resonate and recognize salespeople, but resonate and connect with prospects, customers, and clients in very, very meaningful ways. Hope this was helpful. And below this video, you are going to see an offer for those that are looking at these ideas and want to give a prospecting try, want to give a sales campaign try utilizing mugs. We're going to build one for you at no cost. So let's talk more about that in the next video.